I want to win with Teferi. Draw a card.
Another mystery solved.
Another mystery solved. The mystery of how my opponent scooped before I could kill them. GG. What is going on, guys? It's me, Severin7, and today we're playing some Super Friends! Jeskai Super Friends, to be exact. I've been wanting to make a Super Friends list for such a long time, and I think now is finally the time. I've been running into a lot more control and mid-range on ladder, and that is where this kind of deck thrives. So we're going to put it through 40 games in the ladder and see how it does. Let's get right into that list. All right, here we are, America Super Friends. We are playing Jeskai Super Friends, and I am so stoked about this deck. It is spicy, it is fun, and boy, is it just grindy, and this is what control's supposed to feel like. Proactive control decks that are actually spending mana to do things. We got a couple of counters in the list, but mostly we're just relying on board wipes and burn spells and removal to get us to our larger planeswalkers and then grind our opponent out with value. So let's go over the list really quickly. To protect our stuff and keep us alive, we've got 2 3 steps ahead, 3 lightning helixes, 3 get lost, a single exercise. This is mostly just to help us deal with Forge. 3 Caretaker's Talents, which will take advantage of the fact that a majority of our planeswalkers make tokens. We got Quintorius, Jaya, Ral, Archangel Elspeth, the Eternal Wanderer, all make tokens, and Teferi as well. And then we've got temporary lockdowns, because we don't really care about losing our tokens. We can just make more. We can exile all our opponent's stuff, whether it's beanstalks or auras or whatever it is. Temporary lockdown helps that. A single copy of Ichor Gauntlet, because if this resolves and we can actually start getting going with this, it's insane. Every single spell we cast is proliferating, putting extra counters on our planeswalkers, or all of our planeswalkers can proliferate each other. And we can even get to a point where we're just basically looping extra turns, and it's pretty crazy. It also can help us use Jace to just mill our opponent out, because we can just put a ton of counters on Jace and get him really big and just mill our opponent for like 40 or 50 at a time. So pretty sweet addition. And then our planeswalker suite, we got Archangel Elspeth for tokens, Jace for keeping aggro at bay and milling the opponent if we need to, as well as drawing, Ral and Jaya both for making tokens to trigger our Caretaker's Talents and giving us a win condition, as well as drawing cards. Sunfalls to help us stabilize after our opponent has gotten a bunch of stuff on the board. Also makes a token, which triggers Caretaker's Talent. Teferi, another solid win condition. The -2, the 2/2 blue spirit that he makes can grow really quickly, especially in this deck where we draw lots of cards and most of our planeswalkers can help us draw cards. And he's just a really great planeswalker. So we've got 2 of him in there. 3 Quintorius can, because we do have several ways. We've got Jaya and Chandra Hope's Beacon, as well as his Discover effect that let us cast things from exile. So that can help us gain a little bit extra life, and his ability to make a 3/2 every turn is just really solid, especially once we have a Caretaker's Talent on the battlefield. And then in the top area, we've got 1 Eternal Wanderer as an additional board wipe that just also makes really strong tokens every turn. It can also blink problematic enchantments or artifacts like Forges. Chandra Hope's Beacon, because this can also help us win the game, either by her -X being able to deal a ton of damage to our opponent's face, or by doubling up lightning helixes or doubling up get lost or burst lightnings. And then a single copy of Chandra Flameshaper, because I've heard -4 is just so strong in some cases, and also the ability to plus her and get 3 extra mana and look at the top 3 cards and pick one to play also triggers Quintorius Cannon. Is just really sweet. And then we can also make token copies of some of our tokens, like the Teferi tokens and things like that, to help us win the game if we need to. And then a Jeskai mana base. This deck is so much fun. I've been having an absolute blast testing this, and I won't lie, I've been trying to make a Jeskai or just any Super Friends list work for a while, and I think this one is finally where it needs to be. And so let's get into those games. All right, DSHDTJ. I don't know if that stands for something, but we stand for something. Justice. This hand looks great. We're on the play. Get this passage down first and probably get a mountain with it, since we got double white and double blue in our other lands. Rule from the opponent. Copperline Gorge leads me to believe it's some form of aggro. Lightning Helix will serve us well if that's the case, and so will temporary lockdown. Ooh, Naya. Do I Helix that? Yeah. Drawing lands is good. See what other goodies our opponent has. Cavern of Souls on human and Inti Seneschal of the Sun. 5th land. Nice. Is it worth lockdowning now? Probably. Got a Sunfall to follow it up, and if he doesn't play anything too crazy, we also have to Fairy. But I think keeping him off any aggression. What is that? Winters or attacks, double strike. Probably got ways to put counters on things, which means Teferi would just die. We need to draw land though, so we're gonna risk it. I can't make a dude because then the dude won't be able to block. Centaurius is a pretty good draw. We have a Sunfall, so we can afford to let him extend into the board a little bit. Playing Teferi will make him think we don't have a board wipe. Filtered by ghosts. That's actually fantastic.
Time travel is harder than it looks.
And a Nimpa call. So we get to clean up his board and get our Teferi back. That feels great. He does get to gain 6 life here, which is annoying. But this feels pretty good. And now I'll make a dude.
You know, I've always got time. Who's that handsome devil?
Who's that handsome devil? I don't listen to their lines enough. Chandra Hope's Beacon. All right. Well, sorry. Chandra Hope's Beacon is the card I'm gonna play. He played Sigarda Font of Blessings. Okay. -4. Hit Sigarda, hit him. I like his deck. It's spicy. I feel bad. I'm gonna make another dude. Get in for 3. Who's that handsome devil? Super Friends unite! Jujeru and Hazaret. I like his deck. This is spicy. Like, we'll keep that on top. This is spicy. Make an otter.
I'm an otter. Otter to otter.
Otter to otter. I need some help.
Much the past can teach.
Go ahead and get in there since I got Vigilance. When this attacks, look at the top 6. You can play a free legendary from among them. I guess we kind of got to let that go, don't we? Hajar, Loyal Bodyguard. Okay. And Inti. Well, I'll force him to burn the Hajar now.
I can invent my way to victory.
Ooh, it's gonna get scorching hot.
Ooh, I forgot about Chandra. Oops. I mean, he's got it. He doesn't sacrifice Hajar? Interesting. I mean, now I can just throw one of my otters and throw my otter in front of it. Although I think I'd rather throw this in front of it since the otter can get bigger than 3. Now he sacrifices Hajar. which doesn't make sense because he could have just protected Inti. Okay. Who am I to question? No land, please. Eternal Wanderer.
Oh yeah. Coming together.
Blink that out of the way.
You're coming with me.
Get rid of that. And smack him in the face.
This isn't happening. You're toast.
GG. Although I will admit, Naya Legends, I liked this. This was a cool list. So props to you, man. I like that list. That's cool. All right, it's justice time. We get to go first. Well, I'll keep this. Womp. Hopeless Nightmare. Joy. Gauntlet, I guess. Keep the land on top. Gotta love this card. Talent. Suppose we'll get lost. Go ahead and lock those things down now. Mill and draw. Swamp for the opponent and Archfiend of the draws. Sunfall that away. Mill and draw.
I will clear your mind.
Get some lands out of the way there, so they're not struggling for land. All right. Get Quintorius down. Hopefully discover into something juicy. Caretaker's talent's not bad. We are going to lose our Quintorius this turn, though. He's going to make a fish at the end of the turn, I imagine.
Can be made to obey.
And Fishy will get Quintorius, but that's okay.
I'm calling it a day.
Go ahead and plus here.
Become subdued.
See if we can get in with a creature. Doubt it. It's annoying. Losing a land sucks. Opponent makes another fishy. Activates Soul Stone. And there goes Jace.
Knowledge we acquired is still valuable.
Gonna pass here. I want to wait to save this Day of Judgment until they play something. Oh, that's obnoxious. They're gonna take Day of Judgment, I imagine. We get in for 2. They're out of cards almost. We'll find something eventually. They're gonna sack a fish. Try to find something juicy. I'm gonna go ahead and get rid of this fish so they can't sack that next turn. Sunfall. Land. Murex. Elspeth. Elspeth draws us cards. Make a dude. Draw a card. Hey, get into Quintorius. Now we're cooking with grease. They're gonna get rid of our token. Sure. How rude. Another land for the opponent and a hopeless nightmare. We will discard the Helix here. Since that is our least powerful card. Opponent goes after our Elspeth with their Phyrexian Might and then eats it. Because they want to draw things. They don't draw any things. Make a dude. Draw a card. Play Jaya. Or not Jaya, I mean Quintorius. We'll play Jaya next turn. Discover 4 into another talent. Now we're cooking. Be drawing all kinds of cards. Opponent's gonna get their scry on. Womp and Preacher. Make a dude. Draw some cards. And they scoop it up. All right. They've realized that justice cannot be stopped. All right. Nico Flores. Coming for you, Nico. Superfriends. Opponent's going first. This is better. So we'll put back the Flame Shaper. Meticulous Archive. Alright, so that leaves... What kind of blue-white deck is it? We will keep the land. Attic Waste. Opponent milled a land, so that definitely leads me to believe they have a lot of land in hand already. I'm gonna put Lockdown away. They still need a 5th land. Oh, maybe I should have kept it. So it's Reanimator of some kind. Well, Lockdown wouldn't help that much with that, because they're reanimating 3 drops, so. Alright. So we need to fetch another white with this passage. Haughty Djinn. Well, I can get rid of that immediately. Sure, they're just going to reanimate it, but I mean, might as well. No sense in taking senseless damage. Yep, helping hand. Sleight of hand. All the hand spells. Get the counter out of the way now. And hopefully we can get them to drop another one. Land. They play a prankster. They still have counter mana available, but I'm gonna try to burst lightning it. Obviously that's not gonna work. Another interference. Okay, well, we're not dead yet, and we still have a sunfall, which gets rid of it. So if they don't have a counter for the sunfall, there's an interference on top. Do they have a way to draw it? Or is it just going to be a turn too late for him? Ah, nice! All right. It was a turn too late for him. And that they can't reanimate it from exile, so... Oh, they just have another one. And now they still have an interference to back that up. So now I need to draw another way to deal with that. Helix technically keeps me alive. No, it doesn't, because they can just counter it. Oh, I should have done the Helix first. If they're smart, they realize they can just counter this and win. Yep. GG. Ice. Ice, ice, baby. We get to go first. This looks like a good hand to me. Opponent played a plains, so let's see what's going with that plains. Another one. Guess let's play talent. Either they're playing on full control or they have an answer, so... Get rid of their talent, caretaker's talent. See if they have an answer to ours. Elspeth.
I have been reborn. This is our fight to win.
Emotions are distractions. Focus on the kill.
Get Jace down. We'll see what we're doing next turn. Sunfall on top. Pretty irrelevant to us. Are they really gonna put 2 counters on it just to do some damage to Jace?
Have courage.
That seems incredibly excessive.
You can easily be solved for.
Let's discover.
Another exciting expedition. Let's dig over here.
Lockdown works for me. Gets rid of the token.
Discoveries are around every corner.
All right, and then I suppose we'll mill and draw just to get rid of the Sunfall. That's annoying. Apparently he really wants that Sunfall. It's not super helpful against us. We're not the kind of deck that he's...
Together.
All right, let's make a dude. Draw a card.
Acquire your expertise.
Plus on this. And then we can just use Chandra Flame Shaper.
Rise like a phoenix and fall like a meteor.
Bye bye.
Tell your friend. I cannot let hope die.
Tell your friends. And then we can start playing a whole bunch of stuff. No! Don't Sunfall my thing. Make a dude. Draw a card.
We can all learn from the past.
Yeah, once we start going, like, as far as control decks are concerned, yeah, they don't even want to play the game after that. We're pretty good against control. Jack Rabbit the Ripper. An amusing name. Sounds like the name of a criminal, though, and we're all about what? Justice. Opponent's going first. This is a good hand. I wish there was one more land in it, but we have a temple to scry. We have a draw. If they're playing anything aggressive like that, we have lockdowns. Okay, we did find a land, which is good. Let's get our scry. This is gonna be really dodgy. If they have a monstrous rage this turn, it'll really hurt because we won't be able to burst lightning. Okay, that's actually fantastic. Ooh, and now helps. So let's smartly burst lightning this now so they can't get any free cards off of it, and then we'll lock down whatever he plays this turn, if he plays anything this turn. Then we have Jace to follow up. Hired Claw. Oh, it's gonna give it haste. That's fine. So we're taking 4 down to 12. If that was all he had, though, then this should be pretty crippling, I would hope. Mountain Screaming Nemesis. Okay, that is annoying, but we can Jace that. Let's go get, I guess, another white. Play Jace. Plus
For the
Jace.
sake of Phyrexia, I will keep watch. Our plans are beyond your comprehension.
Just gotta survive. We can survive with more than 3 life and get these planeswalkers going. We need to find a board wipe. Depending on what they do this turn, we might be able to get to Fairy down and dig. Wishful thinking. Monstrous Rage, okay. So we're still taking at least 3 this turn. Do they... They didn't play a burn spell. If I dig with Jace and I don't find a board wipe, I'm toast. So I think our best bet is still to plus on the Nemesis. Play to Fairy. Draw a card.
It's a puzzle. I'm going to solve it.
That is not a board wipe.
Mystery solved.
We're taking a minimum of 1 this turn. We could just die. Manifold Mouse doesn't do anything. Ah, you can give it haste. So that's 5. Oh my gosh. Okay, we gotta find it this turn.
There is much the past can teach us.
Come on. Oh no. All right, last chance. It has to be Day of Judgment specifically. That's not it. That's not enough.
You're about to leave.
So long as I am.
Oh my gosh. We tried.
This is our fight.
If we'd found a board wipe, we'd be okay, but unfortunately we did not. GG. Urban. Urban, like the places where we serve justice. We get to go first. Keep this. Not super crazy exciting or anything, but it does stuff. Fabled Passage for the opponent. First Lightning's a good draw, just in case they play anything little. Let's see what color they're playing. Plains. Fabled Passage and Ghost Vacuum. All right. Well, that's not... We're not in any danger of that hurting us. We don't have any creatures in our deck. All right. Pass the turn. Hold up 3 steps ahead. See if the opponent's mono white or if they are playing another color. It looks like mono white. That's all I've seen recently. Weirdly, there's been a lot of mono white running around. Oh, no, there's some green. All right, Selesnya. Ooh, Jace. I'll take a Jace. See if we can find another land here. So I'm wondering if the opponent is the one with the creatures they want to exile. We do find a land. It's tapped. So they've Ghostly Dancers. Okay. Ghostly Dancers, huh? What are you playing, opponent? Is it a ghost deck? Overlord of the Mistmoors. All right. That's a thing you can do. Plus Jace on one of these. Burst Lightning the other.
Organic minds are easily quelled.
We got Sunfalls and Get Lost and all kinds of fun stuff, so I'm not super stressed about Overlords, if that's their game plan. Up the Beanstalk. I am concerned about that. Do not want them having a way to draw lots of cards. That I am not cool with. What have we milled so far? Ghostly Dancers, Beanstalks. It doesn't scream board wipes to me. So I think I'm going to plus on this. Play to Fairy. You know, I was gonna make a dude, but I think I'm just gonna draw a card because we're gonna Sunfall when this Overlord comes off for sure.
Much to consider.
And I don't want to Sunfall away a really big awesome Teferi token because that would feel bad. Vivian Reed.
Watch out. I've lost so
Okay.
much time on the hunt. I won't lose more.
Creature or land?
We're the predators. You're the prey.
Unyielding Gatekeeper. Interesting. I like it. All right, so... Oh, I guess I don't need to Burst Lightning that, so let's just plus. Play Elspeth.
Beyond your comprehension.
Make a dude.
Follow my light.
Follow my light. Draw a card.
Ready, arms.
Just gonna ultimate this to Fairy. It'll be great.
Now that is an interesting.
Honestly, not that out of reach at this point. And then glad the opponent is choosing to do something because I actually meant to get lost that Vivian Reed during my turn.
Always survive.
So thank you, opponent, for taking action to give me priority to do something. Opponent eats a 3 steps ahead. I guess they're concerned we're gonna recur stuff from our yard. Up the Beanstalk. Okay, well, I'm not thrilled about them resolving that, but we're drawing lots of cards per turn now too, so I guess it's not that bad. They're touching our Planeswalkers. Face down card. You got it. That's getting exiled along with your Overlord. Gotta know we're playing Sunfall, buddy. My turn. Draw a card. We might as well go ahead and get in with this 1/1, gain a life. Who knows? That 1 life could make or break the difference here. The amount of times I didn't think that 1 single life point could be the difference. I'm not really concerned about the Sunfall token being 1 bigger, because that is probably not how we're gonna win. Sunfall. All right, make a dude.
Was that handsome?
Mill the opponent and draw some cards. Draw a card.
No secret escapes my grasp.
Put counters on our Teferis. Make a soldier. And then if our opponent does have a board wipe of some kind, we can at least draw a card with Fountain Port, which is pretty sweet. I'm not gonna lie, I've been pretty fortunate because I've noticed the reason I started playing this deck is because I've been noticing a shift towards control decks lately. And this deck eats control decks for lunch. Leyline Binding. What do they bind? Teferi, I guess? Makes sense.
I'm sure I'll laugh about this later.
Maybe I am going to win through damage. Mill some cards. Let me draw. I have another Teferi in hand, so... I should have played him first, I guess, but I wanted to see what I was going to draw. My philosophy is you should always draw cards before you play anything. But in this case, Teferi does gain benefits from drawing, so maybe I should have done that first. I think I'm just going to draw a card instead of making another dude. Well, we've got 8 damage and burst lightning, so... Glad I added those burst lightnings to the deck. And I suppose we'll go ahead and activate this guy too. And I suppose we'll go ahead and put some counters on this guy. Diversify our threats a little bit. That's a lot of damage. Tell him, Elspeth. Spread your wings. All right, and then we technically have enough mana to just burst lightning them to death next turn if all else fails. Because we've got untapped Shivan Reef, which gives us exactly 10 mana. Rebuke? Sure. My poor soldier. Is it a soldier? Yeah, it's a soldier. My poor soldier. Reclamation Sage. Well, since they want to blow up all our stuff, I guess they forced my hand. Now I'm gonna have to burst lightning them to death. Nah, I want to win with Teferi tokens. I want to win with Teferi. Draw a card.
Another mystery solved.
Another mystery solved. The mystery of how my opponent scooped before I could kill them. GG. All right, and we're back for the post-game wrap. So, 40 games, 63%. I will admit this deck struggled on the draw. I haven't actually taken the time to pick through. We were on the play just an absurd amount of the time. So we did get very lucky on the play. So we didn't actually play that many games on the draw, but the games that we did play on the draw were mostly against mono red. And mono red on the play against us is just very difficult to deal with. But I mean, we crushed every mono black deck that we came across. Mono white tokens and control has been really prevalent the last couple of days that I've been playing. As you can see here, we faced 6 mono white decks and we did very well against them. Decently against Demir. And yeah, I mean, it's a little weak to aggro. I'll admit that. There's a small chance that it's only weak to aggro on the draw. Like, and that's just going to be any control deck. Any control deck is going to struggle against aggro on the draw. But I think the deck is really solid. It's definitely fun. It is one of the most fun control decks that I have played in a very long time. And yeah, I think that this deck is awesome and I'm really happy with it. And 63% is not bad, even if we did get pretty lucky being on the play a lot. So yeah, try it out. It's sweet. It's all about justice and super friends. And that's what life's about, right? Justice. So if you enjoyed watching this as much as I enjoyed playing it, I hope you'll take a quick moment to hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Every single one of those helps. We are super close to 1,000 subscribers. And I appreciate all of you who've helped me make it this far and who've made it this far with me in the video. So I'll catch you guys in the next one.